everybody. My name is Kate, and I'm the program manager for Ushahedi's deployment in Liberia. So Ushahedi, as many of you already know, is an open source platform that began in 2008 in Kenya during the post-election violence. So it's a tool that gathers crowdsourced information via SMS on the web, and that information is then plotted on the map in the public domain. The Ushahedi deployment in Liberia is a bit different. Our team is setting up a network of early warning and response actors trained in the Ushahedi platform. This time, the idea is that we are laying the groundwork before a crisis, so the network itself can address instability early on. And Liberia is no stranger to instability. After 14 years of civil war that ended as recently as 2003, the country has not yet recovered. The infrastructure has been severely damaged. Tens of thousands of people have become refugees, and many remain so. Ethnic and political tensions are really brewing just below the surface, and the country's natural resources are being exploited still to this day. So our team arrived in June, a year before the presidential elections, thinking that we had plenty of time to prepare for a potential crisis. But it turns out there were plenty of crises already plaguing Liberia, chronic crises. And I would like to spend a few moments talking about some of these, in particular damaged infrastructure, weakened institutions, and lack of information sharing, because these have really impacted our work so far and I think received too little attention. So infrastructure. A lot of our work is training partner organizations in how to report from the field, but getting to field staff, as you can see, is nearly impossible on these roads. And a lot of our staff work in buildings with very unreliable electricity, and the buildings themselves are in a state of disrepair. The electrical grid was actually wiped out during the war, so you have to use a generator if you would like to have any electricity. And when the power is out, when the power is out, so is Ushahedi in a sense because we can't receive text messages. So institutions. The police, unfortunately, are very corrupt. There are war criminals serving as senators, and undereducated teachers aren't teaching critical thinking, so our trainings aren't always sticking with local staff. And information sharing. Well, there are secret societies all over Liberia, so this is what you know and what others don't know is what makes you powerful. Unfortunately, this is also a social norm in most of the NGOs and in the institutions in the country. But it's not all bad news. In the last 4 months since our team arrived, we've made a little bit of progress. We started out introducing the idea of information sharing with Liberia Mapped. It's a kind of yellow pages for Liberia. And so far, we have 65 NGOs and businesses and ministries that are all using the tool to geolocate themselves. We've also brokered a deal between Listris, a government institute, and Google for the first time get Liberia's census data out in the public domain. So now Liberians stand a much better chance of finding themselves on the map, and so does the rest of the world. And we've set up 14 customized instances for our partners in Liberia. One of those is the Norwegian Refugee Council, and they are mapping land disputes all over the country. And so far, they've mapped over 700 using Ushahedi. We also created an instance for a forum that coordinates about 63 NGOs, international NGOs. And we found that we really needed to tweak the software to make it useful for them. So we created a directory of sorts so they can geospatially locate one another's offices in the field, as well as the projects they're doing, and hopefully improve their communication with each other. And best of all, we get to, one more thing. We've also created, or in the process of creating a mega map, which would be the first time that Ushahedi uses several instances together to create a rich kind of layered perspective of conflict and early warning in Liberia. And we also get to work a lot with local staff who have a lot of enthusiasm for the tool but lack the technical proficiency to really use it to its full potential. But we found with each training that they're really gaining a lot of skills very quickly, and it's taking off. So our team is often asking ourselves the question, will this tool improve early warning and response here? And honestly, our answer is often, maybe not. But that's not bad news. In fact, I think it's realistic considering that this is a revolutionary project for Liberia, introducing a very new idea that information shouldn't be kept behind walls, that it should be shared between organizations and institutions, and most certainly with the public. So it's possible that this could improve early warning and response in the future, but right now, our team is most excited to remind Liberians that they have a right to information, that in fact they're entitled to know what is happening in their communities, in their government, and in the active NGO world. So it's our sincere hope that Ushahidi can be the portal through which Liberians could begin to access this right. Thank you.